Friday Night Sports Zone, brought to you by Generations Physical Therapy. Get ready for all the plays, all the scores, and some great fan action. Now, here's Anna Tarullo and Jake Siegel.
Welcome back. I'm Anna Tarullo. He's Jake Siegel, and this is the Friday Night High School Sports Zone. Lots of good action around the Tri-State tonight, Jake.
That's right, Anna. Week 7 saw a bunch of teams off, but still others trying to make a name for themselves right here in the viewing area.
So let's start off in Huntington, where Capital paid a visit. Both teams sitting at 3-3 heading into this one. The Huntington Highlanders hosted tonight's game against the Capital Cougars. The Cougars getting back into the action, coming off a break last week, and they're ready to go. Pretty close game tonight. Let's get right into it. Early in the first quarter is where we will pick this one up with the Highlanders' possession. Gavin Lochow throws it short to Devin Jackson. Jackson makes the catch and is immediately hit hard by the defense. Highlanders' offensive line pushed back and all the way for the first down there.
Pretty good possession by DJ, though.
Absolutely not bad. And later in the first quarter, the Cougars will have possession. Evan Landers hands off to Tay Galloway. Galloway runs down the field, attempting to run it in for the touchdown, but is stopped 1 yard from the end zone. This will set up nicely for the Cougars' next play. Tay Galloway's been awesome this season on touchdowns for him.
I think Capital's been a little underrated. A lot of people.
Absolutely. They're really quick. They're a quick team. Now, still in the first quarter here, Cougars still have the ball. Evan Landers again hands the ball off to Tay Galloway. Galloway runs it straight down the middle for the Cougars' touchdown. Extra point is blocked right here by Chance Jackson for Huntington. The Cougars lead the first quarter with a score of 6-0. Now Huntington will take the W tonight with a final score of 24-12.
They really needed that one, Adam. But we'll continue. South Charleston at Riverside this evening. Riverside out for some blood after a long history of losing to the Black Eagles. Riverside with the football, and Jacob Wisen going to haul this one and pass it over to Mac Lusk for a Warriors touchdown right there. South Charleston would come back with the football, and they would reply pretty well as Romeo Dunham runs it in for a Black Eagles score, and we'd be all even at 7. So the back and forth would begin. Riverside with possession. Jacob Wisen going to launch the football down the field, and South Charleston's Jaden Sullivan. And Boomer coming up with a big-time pick, and that would give South Charleston
exactly what you'd expect out of a guy named Boomer.
That's right. South Charleston with the ball. Austin Chapman makes a huge play for the Warriors defense. He stops Monderell Dean in the end zone. That's 2 points for Riverside. The Warriors get past the Black Eagles by 3, 36-33 the final score.
All right, and over into the Ohio side, the South Point Pointers battled it out with the Chesapeake Panthers this evening. Let's see how this game turned out. See, everyone's bundled up there. Probably a good idea. In the third quarter, the score is tied 14-14. Chesapeake with possession. The ball is tossed back to Will Todd. Todd runs it straight down the middle, making some moves, pushing through the defense for the first down. Had to battle it through there, but look, he pops up. Helmet's not on. Got to grab that. Next Panthers possession, we will see Donald Richendaler. He gets the ball running around the defense. Richendaler sees the opening and runs it in for the Panthers. Touchdown. Extra point would be good. Panthers lead with a score of 21-14.
Smartest play of the night for him.
Right?
He saw it, took it, ran it in for the end zone.
That's what you got to do. You got to be instinctive. Now, later on in the third quarter, the Pointers have possession. Alex Lambert looking to throw. He makes the connection. Great pass, great catch with Larry Fox there. Fox sprints down the field and into the end zone for the 50-yard TD. Extra point, good there. The third quarter will end with a tie score of 21. Panthers end up taking tonight's game win over the Pointers with a final score of 35-27.
All right, St. Albans coming off its first win of the season, taking on Spring Valley today at home. Early third quarter, it's Spring Valley up 21-0, and they would never let up. Third and goal at second quarter. Nate Ellis, he finds his #1 target, Brody Brumfield, for the score. The kick was good. Spring Valley up 28-0. The band doing a pretty good job as well. But Spring Valley would force St. Albans to punt. This would be blocked. In next series, it's Dave Burgess who walks into the end zone for 6 on the kick. That kick would be good. Spring Valley up 35-0.
Wow.
And that was kind of the story of the game. Next series over Spring Valley, some other players in. Zane Brumfield at the quarterback spot, hands it off to Kobe Van Hoosen for the score. Kick was wide, so it was 41-0 going into the half. And Spring Valley, well, they might be out of gas, but for it's a good reason. They clobber St. Albans tonight. They put up 6 more points after the half, 47-0 the final score.
Wow. Well, we're off to a good start, Jake. We've seen some good highlights so far and have plenty more to come.
That's right. We're going to keep it rolling here on the Friday Night High School Sports Zone after this quick timeout.
Welcome back to the Friday Night High School Sports Zone, where we have all your highlights, all your scores, and top plays. Some of those coming from the Blazer-Russell game tonight in Kentucky. Both teams entered tonight's contest at 6-1.
But before we get to that game, Anna, another equal matchup. Sissonville and Winfield both at 4-2 so far this year. The Indians visiting Winfield tonight. Alex Miller's legacy of Roane County still lives on, and Winfield playing in his honor tonight. We picked this one up in the first quarter. Nicholas Vance going to drop back right here. And they say don't throw it across the field, but Vance doesn't listen. And it actually pays off. He connects with Carson Crouch. And this play sets up the Generals deep into the red zone. So pretty good start. And it'd be their longest play from scrimmage for Winfield at this point. A couple plays later, John Covert takes the handoff and bulldozes his way in for 6. Winfield takes a 7-0 lead. But this was a defensive showdown. But the Winfield offense not done yet. Vance going deep down the sideline. And this is a thing of beauty right here, folks. He finds fellow senior Hunter Morris. And the senior-to-senior hookup pays off, and Winfield goes on to pick up its 5th win of the year. The Generals take down the Indians 34-21, the final score.
And the 6-1 Russell Red Devils are taking on the Blazer Tomcats, who are also 6-1. Two great teams. We picked this one up down 14-7 in the second. The Tomcats try to get something going, but Keontae Pittman just runs into a brick wall. On the other side, the Red Devils offense would also stall in the second when Charlie J. Chimzik can't connect with his receiver. Charlie, we're sorry, we always struggle with your name. But right before halftime, Blake Hester breaks off this big run here, refusing to go down, and that gets him into scoring territory. With seconds remaining, the Tomcats score to go into halftime, tied at 14 all, and Blazer wins that one 21-14.
All right, Mingo at Scott in a battle of the Southern Coalfields tonight. Mingo Central's Dalen Goad gets the snap and runs it in for a minor score, so 7-0 in favor of Mingo in the first quarter. And, well, they weren't done there, folks. Mingo would once again take control of the football, and again, Goad runs another one into the end zone to make it 14-0. So, Anna, we're starting to see the theme here. It's been all Mingo, but Scott now going to get the football coming up. And, well, it just wasn't Scott's night. Let's just say it what it is. The ball now would be...
Oh, but they're cute.
They are. This ball right here thrown by Elijah Toller, and it's picked off by Mingo Central Norma Kennedy. And, well, Mingo would take over with the football following that pick. And this time it would be exactly what we thought it would be. Nothing but another handoff. And as we see the handoff coming up right here. And basically, that's all you need to see. This one,
Miners win that one.
All Mingo tonight, 52-7, the final score.
Already now, the Raceland Rams are looking to stay unbeaten at home with a win against the Fairview Eagles. Now, coming up here on the first play of the game, Jake Heighton airs it out and throws a 50-yard touchdown pass to Gunnar Lewis. And
I wish I had an arm
fireworks.
like that.
Me too. Woo! I love the fireworks. That's awesome. So up 8-0 after an Eagles safety. Heighton throws a short pass to Caleb Rousey, who takes it the rest of the way for a TD. 15-0 Rams here. But for Eagles, nothing seems to go right in the first. Jake Roy runs for nothing here. However, the Rams were blasting on all cylinders. Heighton connects with Ethan Cox for his 3rd touchdown pass in the first. And guess what? More fireworks to take a 22-0 lead in the first there. Fairview loses Raceland 69-6 over Fairview. Now more West Virginia scores. Now Greenbrier East takes a big win on the road as they defeat Ripley 34-28. Tulsa on the other hand upset as the Buffalo Bisons beat the Rebels 13-6. Greenbrier East has a tough date with Parkersburg South on the road next week, while Ripley will face Princeton. And the Pioneers visited Chapmanville this evening and came up just empty-handed as they fall on the road 7-6. It's a rare scene for Wayne as they are now 0-6 on the season. Chapmanville now improves to 500 on the season at 3-3. Parkersburg beat Hurricane on the road tonight 42-28, which improves Parkersburg to 3-3. Hurricane now falls to 3-4.
Tough time for a couple of those guys, Anna. Now, it was a victory for Clay County in the Battle of Panthers as CC defeats Lincoln County 42-28. Clay moves to 4-2 on the season and looking to jump back into the AA rankings. Lincoln County will look for its first win of the season next week at home against Oak Glen. And coming up, Anna, we've got more highlights, more scores, the play of the night, plus
updates from Marshall and Ohio State.
Yeah, and we're going to show you a team that needed a victory tonight, and they got it. Their first one of the year.
So don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Moving right along, Cabell Midland visited Woodrow Wilson tonight in Beckley, and despite The injuries tonight in Beckley, the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles had an uphill battle against the #1 team in the state from Cabell Midland. The Knights sit at 7-0. Woodrow at 1-5. First quarter Knights ball. Jacob Caudell takes the handoff up the middle and stiff arms his way into the end zone for the first score of the night. 7-0 Cabell. And in the second quarter, the Knights with the ball again. Passes complete over the middle to Stephen Haas. He turns it upfield and races into the end zone for another call. Midland touchdown. Still in the second, it's a toss to the right coming up here. It'll be Stephen Haas again for the Knights. He's got a lot of room along the sidelines there and scores again. Cabell Midland takes this one with a final score of 48-8.
All right, is this the night winless Braxton County finally gets their first win? Justin Peel on the end-around handoff, and he would not be stopped. Braxton up 7-zip. Sound the alarm because we might have our Play of the Year candidate alert coming up right here. Bane Koger gets the handoff. Anna, we think he's down right here, but watch what Bane does. He makes a couple guys miss. See you later. 92 yards, Alligator.
92 yards.
And Braxton County goes up 14-0. Now Grafton would cut the score and the lead to just 7 points, but Paletti would touch the ball once more. So would Grafton, but Braxton hangs on there in their first win of the year, and way to go for the Eagles.
Now, Jake, it's always tough selecting our play of the night, but we have an impressive one this week.
That's right. We don't often give the guys in the trenches any love. That changes tonight. South Charleston visiting Riverside, and SC with the football trying to get some breathing room, and Riverside's Austin Chapman with a huge play right here for the Warriors. Stops Mondrell Dean in the end zone. Anna, that's a safety for 2 points. It helps the big. Riverside goes on to defeat South Charleston 36.
And mark your calendars because we have got a special broadcast of one of the Mountain East Conference's biggest rivalries on deck. Jake?
That's right. West Virginia State will host the University of Charleston on Saturday, November 2nd at Lakin Field.
The game kicks at 11 a.m. and WOWK will have your complete coverage. And we'll close this one out with some college football scores. Marshall edges Florida Atlantic 36. Brendan Knox with a career performance. He seals the deal for Marshall with a touchdown with 36 seconds left in the game and finishes the game with a career high 220 yards, 23 carries, and 2 touchdowns.
Way to go for Marshall. Looks like Ohio State's going to roll to victory. They're up 45-3 in the fourth quarter.
Well, that does it for tonight, guys. Stick around for our post-game show on WOWK.com.
Have a great weekend. It'll continue. Same time, same place next week.